Morning of day 9, and that's the longest trip for me. I've done 8-day trips and many other trips, but never 9 days, so it's my longest, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to get moving on. So I'm going to try and tackle the river section pretty quickly. See if I can get out in maybe 3 days. Just walking around to keep the bugs off me. So now it's going to be rapids, some more class 1s and then 3 class 2s and then some other class 2s after that if I want. The subsequent ones can be lined or portage, but we'll see. Feeling pretty confident right now after yesterday, but they might scare me. Just realized that I ruined my sandals. I was drying them out by the fire yesterday, which is just a terrible idea. I could have stopped even trying to do that. And this buckle melted, didn't even realize. So I don't have any water shoes anymore. I guess I'll just go barefoot. I'm also putting on my wet clothes from yesterday. Because if I dump, I need to keep my other clothes dry. Moment, or nervous like 10 minutes. I've been scrambling around trying to find this camera, and turns out it was hanging on one of these branches here. I came down here, it was just a different spot from where I launched the canoe last night to get some water to douse my fire, and I was kind of plowing through these trees here, and I guess the lanyard for this got snagged on it, and it just hung up there on that branch. Last night I was looking for it. I thought I left it in the canoe. I was like, I'll get it tomorrow. Whew! Thank goodness. I have so many memories on here. Approaching class 1, I guess, and it just looks terribly shallow. Not sure there's a run I can make here without scraping, but let's try. Okay, it's okay. It's deep enough. Hard to see where the run goes here. I guess anywhere will do. Probably wanted to cut left there, but too late. Yeah, that did the trick. Raining pretty hard, but I'm just gonna go for it. It could rain all day. I have no forecast anymore. I have no idea, so I'm not gonna wait around all day. The mosquitoes are killing me right now. I can't even lose them in the rapids. Should have gone on the right side there. Got around it. Keeps going, it's beautiful. Sure beats slogging it through a headwind. Portaging. I'm just floating on a lazy river here. Takes a little work, but not much, comparatively. Okay, I think that's the end of the Class 1 section, and then in a bit we'll get to the Class 2s. Well, evidently those were the Class 2s because I'm at the portage, which is what gets you around this Class 2 technical, which you can also run. I'm gonna get on shore, scout it, and I'd really rather run it, obviously. Looks okay, I'm gonna run it. If I stay to the right, I think I'll be okay. The fact that there's a portage tells me maybe otherwise, but I don't care. I'm going for it. Here it goes. Uh-oh. It looks a little different up here. Oh boy. This could get interesting. I couldn't see it from the scout, but at the end there's a pretty nasty section where I don't see, looking back at it, I don't see any clear route through it. Oh well. Planning to refinish this boat at the end of the season anyway, so it's all good. Avoided that portage and the mosquitoes and the rain. Fair trade. There are lots of shallow sections in the river. I'm looking at a pike there in, I don't know, a foot of water. And I can see tons of impressions of moose hooves. So they're definitely walking around through this. So I'm hoping for a sighting. Haven't seen any since that first one on the morning I left. After the Canada Day weekend. It is super dreary out today. Just nasty. I'm pretty soaked to the bone. Pulled up in this campsite to make some lunch. I caught a walleye that took the hook badly, so I had to keep it. And yeah, I've just found this gem of a site. It's across from this cliff face. And it's got its own really nice sand beach. And then the campsite is quite nice too. Nice canopy, good flat spaces for the tent. Really nice. I'm gonna cook up some walleye here, some lunch. It's tempting to stay here, but I honestly just want to cover ground at this point. I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm sunburnt, I'm bug bit to heck, and I kind of just want to wrap this up. It's too bad the weather hasn't been more cooperative. Yesterday I had the 24 hours of sun, and that was awesome. And then I was even gonna sleep with the fly off the tent at night. Thank goodness I didn't, because a thunderstorm rolled through yesterday overnight, and then today it's been rain all morning. I would kill for some sun this afternoon, that's for sure. Check out this lunch. I wish it was mine. I'll be having the rice from it, which is about done now, with some walleye. Not a ton, it wasn't a big one, and I already ate a few chunks, but it's enough to season up the rice and make it a lot better. Get some protein. And thankfully it's not raining anymore, at least not for now. So if that continues, then I'll be content with that. Well, I said I'd kill for the sun to come out, and I dispatched that fish and the sun's out. So that's great news. Can dry out a little bit. Caught a pike and a walleye at the bottom of that rapid there behind me. And the pike slashed me a little bit. I got him, he got me. And yeah, there are clouds around, but big patch of blue above me, so I'm really hoping that can stick around. That would be fantastic. Coming up to the next class 2, and this one looks a little more challenging in terms of right to left, left to right, but still should be perfectly doable. Oh, that one got my heart racing a little bit. I was heading for that rock about 2/3 of the way down. Had to give it a hard right. I'm at the last portage of the trip, or sorry, the last rapids of the trip. Lots and lots of swifts after this, but this one's class 2 technical and you can portage around it. But I think I'm gonna run it. This section should be fine. And then as long as I can cut across here, you can see that one boulder. If I can get to the far side of that one, just cut across there and then stick to the left side and then cross back to the middle here, should be fine. I'm just bringing a bit of weight backward. I think it'll allow me to pivot better. I don't need the weight up front. I'm not trying to track, I'm trying to pivot. Hopefully that makes sense to my undeveloped whitewater brain. Alright, bumped the rock there at the bottom, but it's all good. We're clear. No more rapids. A lot of fun though. Really enjoyed the rapids a lot more than I thought I would. I was dreading them so much. Now that that one's behind me, this should be one of the best parts of the trip. Got continuous gravel swifts, swift, fast current. And actually I'll probably camp there tonight, we'll see. But it should be nice, lazy river kind of thing. Down that way. Well, I'm approaching a big waterfall. Ooh, the sun just came out. It didn't last long earlier, maybe an hour at the most. I've been thinking about the waterfall. And based on how the rapids have gone so far, I'm thinking if I just go over the waterfall with a lot of speed, that I can just kind of land flat after the waterfall. I don't want to do the portage, so I might try it. It's going so well so far. Just kidding. Just arrived at the portage in front of the waterfall. Got unpacked on this nice little beach, which is quite convenient. And it cuts pretty close to the falls. That's it right there. I guess the current's not overwhelming here, so it's safe enough, but soon I'll be on the other side of those looking at them and camping there. Well, the portage is a lot more tame than normal, so that's nice. And the view ain't bad either. Hi, welcome to Cribs. I'm gonna show you my stuff, my place. This is my garage. Keep my fishing stuff here, canoe, you know. So yeah, this is a huge site. Well used, evidently. Given the things that people have managed to bring in here, including this like kitchen stand, which to me is a drying rack. And a place to look at my map. Also some huge fire grates, cooking grates, also drying racks, and tent set up over here. Lots of sprawl space. You can even get another tent in here, and a pretty big one at that. So the site can accommodate a lot of people, and it's well used. Oh, more cooking grates. Alright, it's the end of day 9 almost, and just going through my food that's remaining. I've got some Snicker and Vector bars, about 6 of those left, some scotch left, some oil, more oil than I expected, breakfast cookies, this great trail mix which I just put together with 3 different things, which is cashews, the best of all, almonds and sunflower seeds, and apparently if you have seeds and nuts together you get complete protein. Instant potatoes along with tons of other instant side dishes that I have in the bag there. There are probably like 10 left, none of which I want to eat, except for the instant potatoes. They're pretty good. I've got my assorted bag, which has things like instant coffee, Tex-Mex, multivitamins, cracked pepper, which also go in the instant potatoes tonight. And then that's about it. I'm using up the last of the cheese. I was wrong last night. I did have a little fresh food left. I had a bit of cheese, which has been out of a refrigerator for 9 days, or 10 days actually, because I bought it the day before. And it's still holding up. When the conditions aren't too boiling hot, it lasts alright. Get the shredded variety, it's obviously a lot more preserved. And there are some bacon bits, the last of the bacon bits in there as well. That's about it. For the next 3 days or so, I'll be getting by on that, and fish, thankfully. Here's the end product. I'm not kidding. You'd be hard pressed to find better mashed potatoes at your grandma's Thanksgiving dinner. They're really good. So here's an honest, heart-to-heart moment. For the last 9 days, I have not worn deodorant. I didn't think I had any. I was searching for it in the car the night I slept in the car on Santoy, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Turns out, it was in my toilet paper bag the whole time. So I just put some on, and I'll try not to cry. But this is the best I've ever felt in my life. I'm the king of the world, and I think I could do anything I wanted right now. I feel clean. Also, I haven't seen a single person in 9 days either, except for that guy on Santoy. the boater who asked if I was okay in the waves. But that was the only guy, the only person I've seen. That was day one, early in the morning. So, all I have is this camera, which is coming in handy really. It's better than nothing. And it's dry, it's not raining, and it's peaceful here. Feeling the best I've felt in a couple days probably. I mean, in my life. So I'm currently on that campsite at just around Rainbow Falls. I was wrong, there are some more class 1s tomorrow, so that'll be fun, and some swifts below the falls. And then swifts, log jams, swifts, and then many log jams. So those are going to be time consuming, and even without those, I'm estimating about 30 kilometers of distance. So I'm hoping to make it to the north end of Santoy on that beach site, but that is a very long day. But the upside there is if I make it to the north end, I can hopefully wake up the next morning to calm conditions and then paddle down Santoy to the access point there. Because if there's a north wind on Santoy that day, a bad one, then I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to be windbound. There's no way I'm going out and doing that again like I did on day one. That was brutal. I'll just wait the extra day. If I keep to the schedule, I'll be 2 to 3 days ahead of schedule anyway, so that's tomorrow. I should also note that in addition to my guidebook map, a copy of it, I also have the topo map, the NTS topo map. This is essential for a trip like this. Shows way more detail, shows contours and tiny islands. This one is highly generalized, is what we would call it in the map making business, meaning that it's simplified for visual purposes. Like this line tells me nothing about the river. It has some bends in it, but even those are highly generalized. There's much more meandering back and forth going on there. Good to have both. Every night, gotta clear out the riffraff. I don't care where you go, you can't stay here. I don't care. So many dead. So many casualties. But what for? Some blood feud? Do these boys even know what they're fighting for? I cannot bear it. We must end this war. Today. We got a walker, Carl. You know what to do. Okay, Dad. Carl, kill it. Dang it, Carl. Kill it.